Good day guys, coming here. Welcome to Langrisser 3.0 news from the future. So again, the information is shared by my friends, so I do not have the source and I do not claim any rights. So, okay, are you ready guys? Cause I am excited for SP Atlemuller. So this is the new talent for SP Atlemuller. So currently you can see he's a lancer with growing a pair of dragon wings, and the name of his talent will be known as a rough translate will be unevenly matched heaven dragon. So okay, the talent effect number one, ignore all skill costs, and number two, at the start of the turn and before commencing battle, obtain unevenly matched, or I'm gonna call it extreme or overlord, whichever sounds nice to you. Okay, since I do not have the official name yet. Okay, increased attack to a maximum of 8% at rank 6 and a damage reduction of 5% at rank 6. Last for 3 turns, can be stacked to a maximum of 4 layers. And when every time an enemy is destroyed or dies, will obtain an additional layer of unevenly matched. Okay, and can be stacked to a maximum of so it will increase the stack by 1 to a maximum of 2 stacks, which is a maximum of 6 stacks if I am not wrong. Sorry if I have a misunderstanding of the talent. Okay, so gonna go through again. Number one, ignore skill cost. Number two, at the start of a battle, gain unevenly match. Okay, effect will be increased attack by 8%, and number three, damage reduction by 5%. It will last for 3 turns for both effect. Can be stacked to 4 layers. Number 5, for every enemy that dies, will obtain an additional 1 layer of unevenly, and the maximum, it will cause the maximum stack to increase by 1 to a maximum of 2 layers. So the maximum unevenly matched can be stacked to 6 layers, so it will be 6 times 8, which is 48% increase in attack and 30% damage reduction. That is a lot. I gotta say it's almost 50%, and if characters like Thierry's give an attack blessing, I definitely think enemy will more or less perish in the hands of Atlemuller. Okay, next we'll be having the new skills of Atlemuller. So okay, apparently is 2-2C skills. Oh yeah, because his talent ignore skill cost, so apparently both of his new skills are 2C. There's no 1C for the skills. So okay, we'll be going through the first one, Overlord of the Sky Domain. So yeah, it's a passive, so this is known as, okay, this wings you're looking right now, this skill is known as the Sky Domain Dragon Wings, or Dragon Wings of the Sky Domain. Is a passive skill. Basically, it's a mixture of Ares talent and a bit of his effect. Okay, number one, movement will ignore blockage from enemy, meaning if there is enemy in front of Atlemuller, he can just fly past them. And number two, when you go into, before you go into battle, for every layer of unevenly matched or muso, will allow Atlemuller to recover 10% of his HP to a maximum of 30%. Whoa! And number 3, when you actively deal damage at the end of a turn, you will obtain chance of ignoring 2 movement blockage skill, a movement chance. It will last for a turn, and basically this refers to skills like Leon's Robo Rider or the buff of 3C that Lunas provides. So whenever terrains that will cause movement blockage or slow down for Atlemuller, it will do a -2. So there's a high chance, since Lancer class has a movement speed of 3. With this skill, there's a high chance, even without breeze, Atlemuller, when certain conditions are met with, he can move 5 squares or tiles. So okay, it's a 50-50 chance. When conditions is met, he will have a higher mobility compared to other Lancer class counterparts. Okay, so quick summary again for this. Dragon Wings of the Sky Domain. Number 1, when moving, ignore enemy blockage. Number 2, before battle, for every layer of unevenly on Musou, will recover 10% of max HP to a maximum of 30%. Number 3, when you actively deal damage at the end of a turn, you obtain 2 squares or tiles movement reduction chance. Yep, and it lasts for a turn. So yep, I guess that's the translation. Hopefully I did it right, and then sorry if I did it wrongly. Okay, next finally to his more aggressive active skills. Okay, I'm gonna go with Rampage of the Berserk Dragon, or Dance of the Berserk Dragons. Alright, it's a physical damage. So number 1, do 2 rings or 2 circles of damage to enemy, 0.1 times AoE damage. After casting the skills or after battle, you will obtain Royal Wind. The effect will last for a turn. Okay, after dealing damage, all enemy that is hit by the skills will be teleported to around or beside Atlemuller, as close, I'm gonna say as close to him as possible. And when under the effect of faction buff, special effect, and when enemy beside Atlemuller equals to 3 or more, he will be able to attack again, but he will not be able to move or act again. Okay, but for this act again skills to trigger, it will take 3 turns to activate again. And when act again is being triggered, all buff that Atlemuller bring with himself will not be reduced. Yep, so that's it. It's a 2C skill. Physical damage have a cooldown of 5 turns. Whoa. Shooting range himself, but AoE range is quite high to ring or circles. But slightly in my opinion, it has its plus and minus. But nonetheless, we're gonna do a summary of his skill. This time around, gonna do it better than the first time I say it. So number 1, when you cast the skill, do 0.1 times damage to 2 ring or circles of enemies around Atlemuller. And after casting a skill, you obtain Royal Wind, and this will last for a turn. Okay, this is number 2. Number 3, when after dealing damage, it will cause all hit enemies target to be transferred to beside Atlemuller or as close to him as possible. Then number 4, if Atlemuller have faction buff effect and enemy beside Atlemuller equals to 3 or more, he will be able to attack again, which is equivalent to act again, but he will not be able to move or act again. So number 5, which is the downside, for this skill's cooldown to act again, it will require 3 turns to be able to trigger again. And number 6, when triggering act again, all buff that Atlemuller bring with himself will not be reduced. So yeah, I think more or less for SP Atlemuller, he will not be bringing a faction buff himself. Most likely this will take in synergy with, well, you guess it guys, Bernhard. So Bernhard will be providing the faction buff, and then well, Atlemuller will be bringing his new 2C skills and with his 3C skills. So this will bring in great synergy for the Empire faction, because Bernhard will be bringing his sword dance skills, and this will cause a very devastating damage towards enemy. And this is why this is definitely a season of the rise of the Empire. So alright, we have come to the end of the new SP Atlemuller. So remember to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment sections below. This is Kami. Apologize if I did not do a very good job for the translations, and I thank you guys for the great support for the video. Alright, the clock or the bell is ringing, so see you guys on the next lesson. Sorry, I mean the next video. This is Kami signing off. Goodbye.